All right, what's good, YouTube? So I had a actually Instagram follower asked me to do like a video breakdown of this video because they mentioned me in this video for an extended period of time. So I'm gonna basically watch this video and then go over some of the stuff that they talk about. There's a few things that he mentions in this video that I actually know some more details about that he may have not known or other people may not know. So I'll kind of just break it on down. This is a video by Rishavfash1r. I hope I'm saying that right. I have no idea, but hopefully I am. But either which way, I'll leave a link to the video in the description so you can get to his page and watch the video for yourself. And I'll kind of go over some of the information that they're talking about here. So let's go ahead and get started. Hey, you see it? You see it up top? Dresser. It's one of his lyrical lemonade videos. If you take a look, actually, one thing I've always said is out of all his videos, his biggest song with his highest amount of plays by himself is Dresser with 10 million plays. Everything else has a feature on it. You'll notice that with all his songs actually. I noticed that too a little while back that he hadn't posted anything and it hadn't been dropping stuff at all. Like there was literally he's like he's been quiet for 2 years. Like I haven't been nearly as active as I used to be, but even I've found ways to still post stuff and do things, doing the YouTube stuff. But he's literally hasn't posted anything. So I was wondering about that myself. Like why hasn't he been posting or been active at all? I guess we gotta go through the commercials. Sorry, guys. So yeah, that he mentioned about him bands going into the mainstream. I actually thought that was going to happen to myself when I was dealing with him. I thought that he definitely had the potential to actually go mainstream, but it didn't happen. It didn't materialize for him. He kind of explains why he thinks so, and then I can kind of add to some things to that. But I was hoping to see him go mainstream, even after our little beef or whatever it was, whatever issue he had with me. I don't know, but I wish that he well, that would have happened for him. That'd have been nice to see. So I heard a little bit about that story, and a couple of people actually told me that from I don't know what's true, what's not true, but basically how the story went is that his friends went inside, did exactly what they were talking about. He jumped off the balcony, and then he ended up passing away from his injuries. But from what I was told is that he wasn't even in the actual home. He was like in the car. He was like he was involved, but he never actually went in. He supposedly he just wasn't he didn't want to go in. That's pretty much. I'll leave it at that. That's what I was told. But how true that is, I don't know. If he went in, I don't know. But when we were interacting, we were cool with each other. He made it his business not to really talk about it and give me details about it that much because at that point in time he's on house arrest. So I don't know how house arrest works as far as the ankle monitor. That thing might be listening to you at all times, a day and night. So I really couldn't tell you. But yeah, that was pretty much the story. I had known about this when other people didn't. One thing I didn't like about this whole situation though is he played it off like he beat a murder charge, like he really did something, like he kicked in the door, held somebody at gunpoint, like on some crazy, like wild, crazy stuff. Not just they went in there thinking that the owner wasn't in there and they went in there to steal a bunch of stuff. He happened to be in there and he jumped off the balcony. He portrayed it and made it seem as if he was like a hard, tough gangster thug. Like he did it like that. And I never liked that. And I actually found that information out a little bit after the fact of dealing with him. So as soon as he got on house arrest was right when I started working, started like meeting up with him. Because I remember when Four Teaspoons actually came out, I was listening to it, liked the song. I was like, you know, this young dude is pretty solid. I like him. And I messaged him around that time. So it was like right around when Four Teaspoons came out. I forget what year that was. And we would talk a little bit back and forth. And then one day he just kind of disappeared, dropped off the map for a little while. And I think it's because he was probably in the juvenile detention center. And then he randomly hit me up on a different account that is the current Young Bands account that everybody follows now and sees, but but he hit me up on that one before it had any followers, before it anything, and yeah, I remember it had his legal name on it and everything was on I think it was on Twitter. Matter of fact, I probably might be able to find it, but he hit me up on that account and he was like, "Hey, what's up? It's been a minute. Let's get to work." And let's start working again because we had talked several times before that after the Four Teaspoons stuff happened. Let me see if I can actually pull that up because I can't remember if it was his account that he currently uses now or if it was a different account. Oh, you know what? He doesn't even have a Twitter anymore. I forgot his Twitter got like banned or something of that nature. Let me see. Yeah, I think his Twitter actually got banned. I forgot that that's the one. Let me see if I can find it on here. Yeah, I think his Twitter account got banned, like his original one. Let me see. I got some like the Young Bands one of one. I've got messages with that one. Let me see if that's the one that maybe he messaged me off because this girl goes all the way back because I see that I sent him stuff like yeah. Say I'm back at 2016. This might have been the one that yeah. So this was back in 2015. So this was the account that he was on back in 2015. I sent him some stuff, and this is when he was messaging me back. So this was back in December of 2015. Sin hits. My way just got out. Hold it down. Yeah, see, that was 2016. I don't know if y'all can see that. I got some shit for you when you're gonna bet I'll be in the studio soon. Or just let's do 5 tracks, say less. He asked me if I got collabs with Super Cool. He told me to work with Mexico Dro, Fuck 12. I don't know if y'all remember Fuck 12. He was a guy that I actually really like working with. And that's his old email. So yeah, this was the account that he actually hit me up on, not his original. Yeah, so yeah, this was back when I first started college too. Let's go with the EP, bro. Working on a lot of shit right now. Yep, this is back a bunch of old messages and whatnot. But yeah, so he had hit me up and was like, you know, I just got out basically. And we started back working because he was originally hit me up on I guess a previous account that he had. But we'll continue from here. But let's see. I agree with that. Hmm. That definitely would have helped him. So yeah, all of that was actually that actually happened. That's all true and everything. What's interesting about that is you gotta think at this point in time, Bands was like 14, 15. I think when I first started talking to him, that was 2016. How long ago was that? About like shit. That's like 7 years ago now. Dang, that's been a minute. About 7 years ago. I'm 28. I don't know how I can't remember how old Young Bands is now. Our age difference, but we were pretty far apart in age at the time. He was like, when I was talking to him, he was probably like 17, 16, 17, maybe 18, somewhere in that range. So that means when this happened with the Fawny stuff, that means Young Bands was like 14 or 15, and he talks about that. And you got Cardi that was 18. So if Cardi was 18 and he was 14, they're 4 years apart. I'm like a year or two older than Cardi. So I was probably like 20. Yeah, I was about 20, and Cardi was 18. So that means Young Benz was about 14, 15 when this part happened with Fonny. And Fonny's like a year or two older than me. So Fonny was like 20, 22. Let's see. Playboy Cardi beats with producer Milan makes beat. Cardi tells Milan, I will have Nick. Oh yeah, this was there. This is true. At your house today. Try me over music. Lisa Milan will drop Butterfly Coop. What is it? This must be Reddit. As far as we know, Playboy Cardi and Milan have a few songs together. Milan accuses Cardi of stealing beats, which I mean that's true. He took the beats. I never actually. A lot of people don't know. I never actually sent Cardi directly any beats. Like every song he ever got on of using my beats, like somebody else either gave him asked him to feature on that song, or either he took the snip or somebody took snippets. He had them re-looped and then rapped on. Like V Lone Thug, it was a snippet that I sent to Uno. Uno used it obviously in the studio. This was before I was putting the purchase your tracks today and tag in there. Had somebody at the studio re-loop it, and then him and Cardi hopped on it. So that's why Uno used to have beef with me because he used to be like, "I put you on. I did this, that, and the third. I got Cardi on these songs on this song with you for you." Like he was kind of nut riding Cardi to be honest with you, and you was using Cardi's clout, but using my beats to get to Cardi is pretty much what he was doing because Cardi liked my beats. But Cardi would DM me every now and then asking for beats and this, that, and the third. And I'd be like, sure, what's your email? And try to keep up, like keep in touch with them as far as let me know when this is dropping, when is this coming out, like what's the progress. And he would just go ghost. He would just take your stuff and you never hear from him. Same thing with Uno. Uno would do the same thing. That's why I really didn't like working with those two. But Fawny, on the other hand, like I've always said in other videos, Fawny was the only one that actually would keep it real and let you know, keep you updated. And I enjoy working with Fawny because of that. So it's funny that Ban says all of that in his video or in this live stream, which somebody obviously recorded, and then he goes off to say the opposite of that. Like there's a live stream of him saying the opposite of that. Like, oh, Milan started this whole beef between me and Cardi, this, that, and the third. I really don't fuck with Milan and rock with him like that. Milan was trying to clout chase off of Cardi, which is it's weird that people even use that term for me to say that I clout chase when he took the beats from me. So I never understood that. Like that's why it would always like eat me up when people would say stuff like that because I'd be like, somebody stole my work. Like somebody it's like somebody's coming in your house, steal your money, steal my equipment, or take something from me, and then go around and parade it. It's like somebody steals your car that you've put all this time and work into, and then goes and drives it around and parades it like they did all the work into that car. But I don't know. It's just weird. This whole music SoundCloud stuff is really weird, and a lot of these people just flip flop and chase waves and ride each other's waves. and what's cool in the moment they'll rock with, and then when that's not cool anymore, they flip flop on you. That's why I'm just not really. That's why I'm not involved in the scene anymore. It's not real. It's not. It's like it reminds me of being in high school and everybody only liking people because they're the cool popular kid when really that person is like an asshole. It's weird to me. It literally reminds me of like high school, like the whole SoundCloud era, the SoundCloud um, not genre, but the SoundCloud wave, the SoundCloud scene reminds me of being in high school and whoever the cool kid is, everybody he can do no wrong. But as soon as the next coolest kid come in there, the new kid that moved from out of town and is in that at that school, and he's the new cool kid now. Now the other guy's not shit. That's kind of what this reminds me of, the SoundCloud wave and whatnot. So he's wrong on that part. Milan, or he's wrong on that part. Cardi did not, or excuse me, bands did not steal beats from me. That wasn't what caused the rift between me and Young Bands. What caused the rift is bands originally. Most people don't know this. Bands did not like Dresser at all. Did not want to post it. Didn't care about it. He told me that I could originally post it. That was going to be my song that I could post, and he wanted to post Butterfly Coupe with Cardi because he wanted to ride that Cardi wave and get all the clout off of Cardi. He really didn't like Dresser at all, and he didn't. I don't necessarily think that he only liked the Butterfly Coupe song because one, he wanted to get back at Cardi for all this other stuff and have a feature on that song. Plus, he wanted to ride that wave and get that clout from off of Cardi. And the next thing is he felt like he did a better verse than Cardi on that song, so he basically wanted to wash him on one of these songs. So he really was not rocking with Dresser. He originally told me to post Dresser and put that out. What ended up happening was his label was like, hey, we've got this Dresser song. We like it. We think it's a really good song. We'll push to promote it. Let's put it out there. So he kind of reluctantly posted it and pushed it out there, not knowing what was going to end up happening. But in between that time before it posted, I had a copy of Dresser and I went and put it on my page and posted it on stuff. And I made sure that I wasn't getting any royalty split, or I wasn't getting the royalties that I couldn't collect, right? And so I made it to where I posted it, wasn't collecting the royalties that I said that he could collect, and I was going to attach our accounts so where it's like if you can set it up to where on the streaming platforms where if I post something, I can make it to where we split the revenue that comes from that song, no matter whose accounts it's on. So he was going to get paid regardless. But he was upset and mad about that because I posted it first, and he started to see the traction that was happening with it, and it was up like maybe a day or two, not even long enough. That's why in this song, uh, uh, I say something about he beefing with me for 647 and 627. I can't remember. That was literally the dollar amount that I had made for the amount of time that it was up. $6 and some change, and that's what he was mad about because I had posted it. He saw that I was making money and that people were actually watching or listening to that song, and it was looking like it was going to be more popular than what it actually was. But he originally did not want to have anything to do with that song. That song was actually supposed to be on Grand Theft Auto 4, I think, and had he put it on Grand Theft Auto 4, I would have got paid those royalties. But I think because after he heard that I was going to get some royalties from it and everything that happened, he didn't want that to happen. That was going to be a song on one of the Grand Theft Auto like radios. You would have heard that playing Grand Theft Auto. Thought that would have been super cool, but didn't happen. But that's why we ended up having that beef. The reason I made this was because he had made a song. I can't remember the name of the song. He said this is dedicated to the Milan. So I said, all right, fuck it, I'll just do a troll song. So I went and freestyled this, put it together. Had a friend help me that rap kind of helped me structure out the song and put it together, and then I re-recorded it. So there's like two or three versions of this song that I actually have, and this was the final version. I basically took two songs and had different disses in those each one of those songs and put them together and made one song, and I put it out there as a troll song, and it actually did some numbers because this, if you see, is 248,000 plays, 3,000 likes, and 314 reposts. Like people really liked it just off the simple fact of what happened, and I guess I don't know. It's kind of funny, but it was never originally supposed to be like nothing serious. It was just really me, saying, "Hey, you tagged me in some song dedicating it to me. Fuck it, I'll make something and dedicate it to you," and people actually fucked with it. So a lot of this leaking stuff, bands was doing that. Like a lot of these artists, they can't they don't get clearance to be able to post these songs, and what they end up doing is they'll send it to one of these pages to have these pages boosted and try to like post it more and get more attention on it. I think bands was personally doing that, to be honest with you, because he would sell people his own songs. And from what I was told from other people, he'd sell people his own songs, let them do whatever they want with it under the pretense that, hey, if you promise not to post this, I'll send it to you. Or either he would send it out like throwaway songs and send it to people and charge people for it. And that's how the artist songs actually end up getting leaked. So he was doing that, and artists in general do that. So if you see a song leaks and the artist acts like, "Oh man, damn, I did I album gets pushed back. I can't do it now because the album got leaked or this song got leaked." It's probably nine times 10 out of them, one of them, because you got to think, if I go into the studio and I record and I have it on my phone and I'm playing it with the people that are immediately around me, my close friends that are right there, and they heard it and they need to and they have it. The only people that could leak it would be the engineer, the artist themselves, or any one of those friends. So it's somebody close to them every single time. Nobody gets their computer hacked and all this other stuff. All of that's BS. They are doing this themselves. They're leaking their own stuff because he'll mention it, but he was actually reaching out to these different like Instagram platforms or pages and whatnot, and having them like, hey, post this more, talk about this, or put this up, because that's what artists do. Like that's how they try to get their attention. Got another commercial. Sorry about that, guys. Let's go ahead and skip these commercials. Can you make a version of the same Cardi meme with his part plagiarized? Yeah, see. What does it say? Josiah Young Bands on shenanigans. Yeah, yeah, see. When him and Cardi were in the studio making that song and whatnot, they probably were cool at that point in time. And then the reason stuff never materialized from that point was because they probably fell out again. I don't know. Like I say, it's a, oh, you're cool right now, so I can rock with you. Oh no, you're not now. You're not cool. Okay, I don't fuck with you. It's weird. It's really weird. I doubt Young Bands paid 100,000 to get that feature. I do not believe that. Reason being is because I know what Young Band signed for when he originally signed his contract with the label that he's with now, and it no, he didn't. No, there ain't no way. No way. I want to say that he probably signed for. Never mind. I ain't gonna put Brothers Business out there. No, I don't believe that. So when people talk about clout chasing, this is clout chasing. This is what I deem as clout chasing. Stuff like this. I remember this happening. Yeah, it wasn't. He wasn't afraid of him like he's gonna. on some hood shit, like some gangster shit, some street shit. He was embarrassed by some. Russ has something on bands that he does not want people to see because it's not gonna make him look the way that he portrays himself. And if I had to guess, it's probably something similar to what this happened with Smoke Perp. Because I remember when all this was happening. And he's gonna talk about how he basically, oh, I got hacked and this that and the third. He didn't get hacked. He just told you that he called him on the phone and they made up. So if you called him on the phone and made up, how could you sit there and say that he was hacked? You got hacked after you have a video of you saying that this is what happened. Yeah, no, yeah, it's a lot of bullshit right there. You see what I mean? That's a clout thing. Like, oh, you didn't repost the song that we went together on and put this song out. You didn't repost it, so I'm butthurt. So I'm gonna diss you now and talk shit about you. That means you never was cool with that person, and that person was never really cool with you. They both were riding each other's clout wave, and he was upset that Lil Xan didn't repost it, and he could eat off of Lil Xan's clout, even though he posted the song and basically Lil Xan got clout off of him. That's why that happened. That's why he was butthurt about it. So I don't. I think I got two. Oh, there's Sammy Safari. I ain't seen him in a minute. Shout out Sammy Safari. I wish he still did beats, man. Sammy's a good dude. Sammy's from kind of close to my area. That's a good dude. Shout out Sammy. But that whole offset thing, I think there's two theories that happen. I think either Offset probably ran into somebody else at Saks Fifth in that area because I or wherever they were at in the mall, and he used that as a clout grab to be like, oh, I was the one that got caught in there, but he didn't beat me up. Or it was the second one is uh, Offset did see him out in the mall, saw him, and pressed him about it. And rather than put hands on him, which is why he's claiming, "Oh, you see my face? I didn't get hit." He pressed him about it. He said, "I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I was just trolling." Because I'm telling y'all, man, like the way that he portrays himself is not the actual person that he is. He's not like I don't really know how to describe it. He's not no street like hardcore. I'd shoot somebody up. Like the way he portrays is not that. He's just a normal, regular 20 some odd year old, and at the time when I met him, like a regular teen. Like he's a cool dude, nice guy, like nice young man, cool dude. I have no problems with him at all whatsoever. Never did. But the way that he portrays is not the way that he is. So I think either Offset caught somebody else in sacks and said that, and he used that as a clout grab because he knew that he was trolling him and talking shit, or he actually did see him and he pressed him about it and kind of bullied him, but he didn't beat up on him because he knows Offset's a good and grown man, like 30 in his early 30s, late 20s. I think Offset's probably like 30s in his early 30s, And why, what would he look like as an early 30s beating up at the time as a kid that's like 20 years old? You know what I mean? Like not even 21, can't even go and buy a drink for himself. You know, so I think that was either a clout grab or he really pressed him about it because he did see him, but didn't put hands on him because he's like, I'm 10 years older than you. It's not worth fighting you over it. And besides, my money versus your money, like, what's the like? There's no point in this. That was a real deal thing. He was really doing that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember all this shit happening. Yeah, right. He was notorious for doing that. He would do that shit regularly. Yeah, yeah. That's that clout chasing and wave riding and whatnot. That's an example of that. Right, right. You notice that Benz always uses the scapegoat of, oh, I was just joking. I was just trolling whenever it starts getting serious. Yeah. That's why because he is a regular dude. He's not that they don't he portrays himself a lot bigger than what he is. But like Adam made a good point. He's like you're acting like you're not as big as you are, and somebody's actually really going to press you about that. That's why he always uses that I'm trolling, I'm just joking excuse after the fact. So I was just trolling, I'm just joking. It's internet stuff. I'm doing it for clout. But don't you not I'm not doing it for clout. You really are doing it for clout. But that's a whole nother story. But he's right. He's that's a good point. That's a good and valid point. That is 100% right. You're at the point where you doing all this stuff, you think it's funny and it's all kid friendly because you got to think about the mindset of what you're doing. Like you're being kiddish and you grown. Like you can't be doing that. You messing with people's careers and people don't. People take that serious. You got an artist like Yachty that's here, and you got an artist like Vans that's still up there, but he's here and you're trolling this dude and trying to and talking junk about his music and his album and his artistry when you're trying to get to the point to where he's at, and then you even know yourself you're not at that point. So then you message him and DM and try to ride his wave, and then you guys fall out. And now you want to clown him like you're bigger than him. You can't do that. That's 100% true. He's definitely a regular dude. See, that's one thing though. You gotta watch. DJ Academics is petty. He will sit there and troll. If you troll him, he's gonna troll you back and be petty about it. When I did a live stream with DJ Academics one time, and I told him my name is Milan Makes Beats, and he kept saying Milan Beats. Or he was doing that on purpose. Dude knew exactly what my name was. I emailed him. It was Milan Makes Beats. I told him it was Milan Makes Beats. I've typed it and said Milan Makes Beats. My actual page, everything about it says Milan Makes Beats. But he does that on purpose to troll you. He does that just to because he gets off on it because he's petty. He's like a grown child. Like he's one of those little kids. He's one of those kids that'll pick on you and really can't really back it up. Like he'll talk shit to you, but then if you were to fight him or slap him out or do something about it or say something to him, then he'd be upset about it and try to troll you by saying something embarrassing about you, some information that he knows. He's one of those people that try to find information from about you, hang on to it, and then use it for whenever it's like, okay, I'm getting attacked by somebody. Let me throw this embarrassing comment out there that I know of that nobody else knows about really like that. And that's he kind of talks about something that he does like that. You see, see, see. If you think about all those features, that should have propelled him like up there. Like he should be like mainstream after all of those features or all of those features. But the reason it didn't is because they were like features that, oh, we rock with you. We kind of want to just eat off of your clout. Kind of like, I'll give you an example, like how Drake made a song with Yeet. People look at it like, oh, Yeet made it. He made a Drake song. But really what it was is Drake made a song with Yeet. That's really what it was. Like Yeet is the one that is on and popping. Drake is just on and popping because he's Drake and he's been around forever. But because that's what big mainstream artists do. So what these big mainstream artists do is they'll get somebody that's a smaller artist like a Young Band or like a Yeet, do a song with them and hope that that's the song that pops and blows up, and then people are going to look at it and be like, "Oh wow, such and so Young Bands just blew up because he just did a song with Drake. Yeet just blew up because he did a song with Drake." But really, it's just okay. Let's put this song together, and if it pops and blow up, I'm going to support it. If it doesn't pop and blow up, I'm not going to touch it because you got to think you got Gunna on there, you had Nav on there, you got Future on it. Those features alone should have like propelled him and pushed him out there. But those songs weren't like great mainstream. Let's make a video to this song and get uh, 10, 20 million plays on it on YouTube. It wasn't any type of songs like that, so they didn't support it. And some of these songs that they did may have been features that were purchased or features that were like throwaways. Hey, I got this. The label reaches out to these artists. I got this young artist. He's kind of buzzing, kind of popping. Can we get a feature from you? Yeah, I got this throwaway song. Here you go. Or, well, yeah, I'll do a little throwaway song for him. Is kind of see what happens if it pops and goes off like how I'm thinking. Then we'll continue to work that type of deal. It's like extending an olive branch to for these bigger artists are extending an olive branch to see, hey, if this pops off, like because this young guy is fire, then cool. But if this doesn't pop off, I ain't supporting it. I don't even want my name attached to it like that. And that's what happened. He was not independent. He's been signed for quite some time. Hmm. See, look at that list and that lineup. There's no way that you should have like not have sold like 10K in the first. Like you should have like just fucking exploded like at that point. But it was because it wasn't that great of a project. It wasn't like these artists were really rocking with him. These artists were hoping, let me get a little piece of that, and let's see if he pops off and blows up. Or it was songs that they held on to, that bands that his team held on to for a while, and they were like, "Dude, why did you put that song out there?" Like, well, I wasn't really, rock. I wasn't really rocking with you like that at the time when we made the song. I was. You should have put it out then, and I would have supported it. That type of deal. Yep. I'm posting my official album cover for Misunderstood tomorrow. It's going to go crazy. I need your help to post it. Yeah, that sounds about right. Don't make me call Tracy and tell him. Oh, oh, yeah, that's kind of corny. Yep. Hmm. Yeah, I remember that happening because he kind of made it seem like him and Trap Chill was like this when I was dealing with him. But it doesn't surprise me that that's what the case was because I feel like the way that it happened was that bands really didn't want to get in trouble, really didn't want to be involved with that, really didn't want to go inside and do all the door kicking like they did and stealing all the shit. And he ended up, being involved by, in South Carolina and in the South in general, or not South Carolina, but in Georgia and in the South in general, the hand of one is the hand of all. That's literally the law. So, like, if me, you, and five other people go and do something, and I'm just in the car and I know it's happening, and you guys go in there, kick the door, steal some shit, and come back in and hop in the car, and I'm like, drive off, and I'm like, well, I didn't go inside. I didn't know anything about it. It's the hand of one is the hand of all. We all were involved, so we all get a piece of this. And it doesn't surprise me that that's the case. That hey, if you take the rap, pretty much, I'll take care of your lawyer. That doesn't surprise me. Yeah, that's the end of that. So he said one thing at the end, said basically saying, "Hey, I think he could actually continue to make that blow up in 2023. I think it could be possible. I just think he'd have to try significantly harder. He'd have to do a lot more music wise. Like he's gonna have to do a lot to actually make that happen. To be honest with you, and I don't." I honestly don't really see it get being able to capitalize like he could have capitalized. Like when he made Dresser, that was that moment, that time when 10 million plays by yourself as an artist on a video, like that was the time to get to the point of what this what he is talking about, what the creator of this video is talking about. That was the time to really pop off and explode. He's basically got to start his up climb again. He's starting from not ground level because he has a fan base and he has a basis for him. Like he recently posted a song for the first time in a while, and it's actually really good. It's "Who Wants Smoke," and I actually I got it in my playlist. Let me go and look it up real quick. But if he wants to get to the point that he's talking that this person is talking about in the video, as far as getting to that, he needs a song that's like a oh, he posted something else new. Actually, I just saw that on the 27th. He needs to actually he needs to continue. He needs to make another song that's like Dresser, essentially, if he wants to get to that point. It has to be a song with him by himself that blows up and it becomes catchy and is it's a song that people want to hear and listen to on the frequent most and regularly. So just like Dresser was, like it was very catchy. It was something easy to rap about or rap because everybody could just catch the lyrics really quick. He needs another song like that, but he's basically starting at like when that Dresser song came out, it was like being at ground level and then getting up to the mid level to where it's like, okay, he's at mid level. He's about to pop. He's just got to do a couple more songs like that and he'll pop. But now he's at mid level, right? But it's a mid level where people have already surpassed you that were way behind you. So now you got to go from mid level and get to that popping level. But it's almost like starting at ground level. You just have a basis now. This was so when he did Dresser, it was before he had the basis. Now he has the basis, so it may be easier for him to do it as opposed to when as opposed to several years ago. But I don't think he's going to get to the point that he could have been at the point when Dresser came out and all this other stuff was happening. I think he's going to have to try really hard to actually get to that. I hope that he does. I hope that he has success and he gets to the point of where he wants to be and where I think he could be as an artist. But I do think him taking that hiatus for several years, all the trolling, being on house arrest has all worked against him. But even with all of that stuff working against him, he has really made a name for himself, and you gotta give him a hand clap for that. So a shout out to Young Bands. I'd work with him again in the future if he ever wanted to. I never had a problem with him. He just had a problem with the whole Dresser situation. But I mean, it is what it is. So I hope the best, wish the best for him. That was pretty much a video breakdown. This one is a longer video, but it gives some context to what a lot of stuff that's happened, and it gives you feedback and an understanding of being in the underground and what it comes with and what can happen. Because I can tell you firsthand from dealing with him and being with an artist from literally on house arrest of living in his mom's house. He was on house arrest at his mom's crib. I remember sleeping on his couch, making Dresser his on his kitchen table with me and China there on his kitchen table, recording him on actually record rapping Dresser. Because if you hear Dresser in the beginning, you can kind of hear like the chord like do that smack up against the mic, and I'm literally sitting in there like this at my computer, and he's right here, standing right where the closet is, and rapping and made the song Dresser. So I could tell you from starting from the bottom up to the top and giving you a background information of how all this actually can happen and work for you. He has the ability to be able to get to that point, but it's going to take some hard work, especially now being that he's taken a long hiatus and he's had all these other things that work against him now. He's going to have to basically do what other mainstream artists do, which is kind of clout grab for some other artists like some Yeats, like Yeet People and Autumn or whatever these other artists that are kind of on and popping right now, and kind of rejuvenate his attention to actually grow to what he probably can be. But we'll see if he can do it. I hope, like I say, I hope the best for him, and that's all you can really do, man. Is just you got to take the opportunities and strike while the iron's hot. To be honest with you, and I think there's some missed opportunities with them with the beef and everything. I think at the point in time when Dresser came out, had we continued to make songs and continue to put stuff out there, something just like Dresser did would have hit and popped off and done something both for the both of us. We both would be in different positions had that situation gone differently. But when you clout chase and wave ride, and it's I'm cool with him because it's beneficial. Now I'm cool with that guy because it's beneficial. Now I'm cool with this guy because it's beneficial. But fuck them other two guys. Then when you start doing that, it's not going to work out for you in the best bet. But shout out to the guy that made this video. Again, I hope I pronounced his name right. I'm sure I probably didn't. But again, follow them, give them a follow, give them a like, all of that. Follow my page. Like this video, dislike the video if you dislike it. Either which way, interact with the video, and we'll let the algorithm work in my favor. And follow me on all my social medias. Milan makes beats. If I got it, you find me. If I don't, you won't. And that's all I got for you guys, man. I hope you appreciate the video. Got some good, solid information from it, and learned a little bit of background between me and him, and just learned a lot of stuff as far as what you can utilize being an artist in the underground. So that's all I got for you guys. So we'll be back next Sunday. Peace.